Hi fashionistas, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show us how to cut and sew this beautiful dress. Here is a pattern on how to draft it. This is a princess darts pattern. I have a full tutorial on it on my channel. I'm going to link that in the description box below. You can check it out. So this is just a quick one on how to draft it. So basically it's just the normal bodies and creating my darts and also joining my dart from the nipple points to the round sleeve. And also the next thing I did was also to connect each point together. And here I'm just trying to cut the pattern out. So the next step I did was to place the pattern on the fabric which I'll be working with. I have two patterns of this side one, and also this will be placed on fold, that is the middle one. The middle bodies will be placed on fold. Then the next thing I did was to cut it out. Afterwards, here is the result. So the next thing I did also was to take a lining to also cut out the same. So now I'm going to take it back to this machine and also stitch both the lining part and the fabric together. And here I'm trying to cut out the back, and the difference between the front and the back is the zipper allowance. So afterwards I'm going to join both the front fabric and the back fabric together. So I'm going to join both sides together by the side seam. So now here I have my skirt parts. At this point I'm just trying to take the waist. It's more like a basic skirt pattern, so you take your normal basic skirt pattern, your hip line, the hip circumference. It's more of like a pencil skirt, and also the length which you'll be working with. For this tutorial I'm just trying to minimize the fabric. At this point I'm taking the hip measurements which I'll be working with divided by 4, and here is the full length. The next thing I also did was to take the total measurement of my hip circumference, then minus it by 1 to have that pencil effect. That's what I'm doing there. So the next thing I did was to connect both points together and also cut it out. Afterwards, the next thing I did was to place the front fabric to another fabric to get the back skirt. The difference is just the zipper allowance. So yeah, I'm just trying to cut it out. We need another new fabric for the drape part, and which we're going to make it in a pleated form by the side, or we make a kind of a gathered, and we have to like make the fabric a bit twice of the length of the skirt that we'll be working with, so it can have that drop falling effect. So we're just going to stitch it by one side of the skirt, then I'll take it back. That is, we're just stitching one side, making a gathered effect or pleating it at one side. So I'm going to use the pen to hold it down and take it back to the sewing machine. Then it has to be in a kind of a slant form to have that skirt effect. But for this fabric I'm just trying to minimize the fabric I have. So if you are working with your fabric, it has to be a bit wide, that is, the length should be at least twice of the length of the skirt that you are working with. The wideness of the fabric, the effect should be at least more of twice or three times the waist circumference, but it depends on how drip you would love it to fall. So for this I'm just trying to minimize the fabric which I have. That's the leftover fabric there. But the main part of it, try to make your fabric a bit slant. So at this point, I'm going to stitch it down and also take my back fabric and stitch it together with the front fabric. So afterwards, I'll take it back to the machine and show us how it looks, and also attach my upper bodies together with the skirt. So now we have our final look here. So the next thing we need to do is to make our round sleeve, and also the back side we're going to attach a zip to it. Remember, we left a zipper allowance for it there. Dinners, new subscribers, returning subscribers, thanks for always keeping up with your girl. I really do appreciate you all. Bye for now.